All right. Joe body bags Pyfer took it to a decision with Kelvin Gastelum. Gets the hand raised. I felt like Joe Pyfer could have done a little bit more to close the show earlier because I did see that fight going just to the first round. I knew he had what it took to KO Kelvin Gastelum. And, I know he was kind of saying he respected the chin a little too much. And you got to say, I think that might be his mental block is he has too much respect for his opponents, and that's why he doesn't step on the gas. You see that with the Jack Hermanson fight where he had a really good start, but then he fell short because in the later rounds he just started hesitating more. So I think for Joe Pyfer, I think just his approach, because he's got crazy knockout power, and I saw him overextending at times. And I know he doesn't like, the people not cutting weight and not getting in there and not fighting to put in a word, but I'm just saying this as a Joe Pyfer fan. Like, I do not mean this as an insult to Joe Pyfer at all. I think that, he has a lot of potential to be what Bo Nickel wants to be. But Joe Pyfer is definitely, he's got some things he still needs to work on in this tune-up part. It looks like, I think Paul Craig would be a smart fight just because it would be someone with not a whole lot of hands to them that he could really practice on if he wants to play his cards right and then go for Bo Nickel. So I don't think Bo Nickel right away would be a good decision for him because that is a dice roll. He's got cleaner striker than Bo does, but at the same time, if he's taking on Bo, he wants to finish Bo decisively. So I think what would be next for Joe Pyfer would definitely be taking on someone like Paul Craig, KOing him, looking really good, have Bo Nickel get a tune-up fight. So then they're both coming off of wins, and then you have a clash to market going forward. That's what should be next for Joe Pyfer. What's next for Kelvin Gastelum? I'm going to be blunt. Retirement. I think that Kelvin Gastelum is just not in the game anymore. He's not the Kelvin Gastelum that took on Adesanya, that gave Adesanya a run for his money. And I think that time is well over. But, that's father time. That's not even Kelvin Gastelum's fault. Eventually, you just can't keep competing anymore, and you're going to have to make some hard decisions. But what else can I say except I was right on a lot of my picks this card, my 3 ones that I actually betted on. I was out and I felt sidekick this night, and my prediction rate's usually not this good. But wow, congratulations to Joe Pyfer for kicking off. But I think honestly, if he just works on tuning things up and cleaner striking, he's still going to have that knockout power. Kind of like Justin Gaethje when he entered the lightweight division. A little bit wild of a swinger, gasses out, and it's a technicality issue. I think if he really puts that up there, we are going to see a new and improved one that could bust into the higher rankings. Do I see him beating Hamzat? Probably not, but I still think he's got a lot of potential to definitely break into the top 10 at this point. But if he sleeps on it or he respects his opponents too much or something, we are going to see, another loss from Joe, and I don't want to see that. I want to see Joe Pyfer succeed with what he's been given. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, and happy pay-per-view. Cheers.